looked like a very important victory for you today. But after half an hour, you made a double substitution. So was it better after that?
Yeah, I think it was. I think what's happened, obviously, because of the last couple of results and what's been going on, I think the lads were just a little bit edgy, and you could see that. You could see that at the start of the game. We started okay, but we weren't getting enough attacking threat. So I just had to make that again, and that's my job to try and do that. Look from the side, and I had to try and make the call, and it's worked. It's worked today. And I just spoke to the two lads I had to take off. It was nothing to do with their performance. It was just something where we had to try and change the dynamic of the game. So the biggest thing for me, I'm delighted for the group. They needed that win with what's going on at the moment, and they'll be all the better for that. The fitness levels will be all the better for that as well. So it's a reporting result for us, and we're made up with the result. We know the performance can be better, but it's a good starting point for us, and that's the main thing. We get the lads have got the minutes into them again now, and the fitness levels will be up as well.
Experienced players standing up to the plate today. I mean, a great delivery by Liam Feeney, and what a terrific header by Peter Clark to give you that lead.
Yeah, definitely. Feeney's he's got that quality. He always has got that quality. He had to play a wing back today, and then Clarkey, that's just sheer will from Clarkey. That's why he's played for that long. Sheer will and character to go and get on the end of it. It was something that we needed at that time in the game. So it was a great ball and a great header.
And then you get the second goal early in the second half, and okay, it took a big deflection, but you've got to be prepared to have a dip at goal, haven't you? And again, that's when you've been missing with James Vaughan out the side.
Yes, Vaughan, I had a chat with Vaughan yesterday. Obviously it was a big call with him because he's only just come back. But I spoke to him yesterday and he said, just play me. He said, I want to play, just play me. So it was a quick conversation. I thought he'd give the lads a lift. And I thought, considering what's happened to him, the way he fought up there, I thought he was an unbelievable handful. I thought him and Big Sam as well did really well up there. So no, I'm delighted for Vaughan. That's what he gives you.
Yeah, I mean, Sam had played a bit of a lone footer, hadn't he, on Tuesday night with Vaughan alongside him there today. You saw different strengths in his game too. Yeah,
Sam works well with another striker. He can play up front on his own. Again, Sam's only just come into the group, so I didn't really want to go with Sam today. I just wanted a little bit more experience in there with where we're at the moment. And Sam come on then and did really work so hard up there. So that'll do him the world of good as well.
Clean sheet, which is always a big bonus. You've had a few of those already this season. Scott didn't have too much to do coming back into the side today, but he made one very important save early on, didn't he?
Yeah, I just said that to him. He made a great save early on, down to his left-hand side at the near post. So again, he's come back in as well. He's been away for 14 days from us, so it was good for Scott. That's what he brings. He's the captain of the club. He's the leader of the club. So I'm delighted for him to get that save and that clean sheet, because we've got to keep getting them clean sheets as well.
And you sort of were getting a bit of momentum, and then it's dropped off again. You've got that victory again today. Yeah. How important is that now going into Crawley on Tuesday night?
Yes, and we just said that now. We've got to try and build on that now with the lads that we've got coming back, and the minutes that they've got into them today, and it gives us some more extra training time. Some lads have trained this morning with Odgie, so we're getting that training and that fitness levels into the lads coming back as well. But we've got to take it. We've got to go to Crawley now and take it with us in there.
Does the long trip sort of change that a little bit, in terms of the time you've got on the training ground?
Yeah, we're down there Monday and Tuesday, but we'll do little bits. We'll recover a group, but we can still get a work into those lads who have missed. We can do that on Monday. They'll train and we'll get their minutes into them as well.
You mentioned the experienced players. Jack Young starting today, his first start for the club. Alongside Jay in midfield. Yeah,
I thought he did great in there, young Jack. It took him a little bit of time to grow into it, because obviously the pace is frantic in there. So, but the more the game went on, I thought he grew into it. He's got a great engine on him as well. He covers the ground really well. And I think the more he settled into it, the better he got, to be honest. So I think it's a good start for young Jack, definitely.
And Callum McDonald was the other sort who came on, and do you think he's more comfortable in a sort of a wing back role like he was playing in today?
Yeah, Cal did great. The way he's come back from his COVID was remarkable, to be honest. He's not had much training. He's had to train 4 to 5 days, because he's one of the lads who actually got the COVID. He couldn't join in with the group, so to come back in and attack that game like he did was a credit to him and his fitness levels as well.
And you talk about the difficulties of keeping the squad together, but there's nothing better for getting a squad together than a victory, and that's what you've got yourselves today.
It is. You can speak through the week. You can all talk about what we need to do, and there's no better thing, like you said, than winning a game for the group. That's the best medicine for a group that you can ever get. So the lads enjoy that win, build on it, and it's a good starting point for us to go into Crawley.
And the games are coming thick and fast. I mean, there are negatives about the training ground, but in terms of you getting momentum now, that could be a big thing for you.
Yeah, we've got to build on it. We've got to build on that momentum from today. We've seen flashes today with how the team can look as well, and we've got some good players to come back into it. So it's important that we just keep adding all the time, keep adding the fitness, keep adding to the mentality, and the bottom line is that work rate and that togetherness, which I think we've seen today.
And we know it's the sort of league where, quite often the sides that go up have lost, sort of 7, 8 at the end of the season. I mean, that's the way that League 2 tends to work. So, it's early days, isn't it? Then if you can just get that consistency, now you've shown you can be solid at the back, you've got a decent platform to build on.
Yeah, I think if you look at this league, if you look at the teams where you think they should be up there, I think there's a couple of teams who are struggling with them sort of thing, bringing new players in. The likes of Southend today, I've watched Southend 4 or 5 times leading up to this game, and they've kept the ball really well. The young team, so there's no easy games. Each game's asking you a different question, so you've got to be ready to answer it on the day. What your team's doing, how the game's going, and sometimes you have to react and respond in a different way because it's a different type of game, and it'll be a different game again altogether at Crawley on Tuesday.
That's right.
You've had to make quite a few changes early in games recently so far.
Yeah.
Is that a case of just having to juggle your tactics with the personnel that you've had at your disposal, or just adapting to situations in games, or a bit of both?
A bit of both. I think with what's gone on recently, it's nipping at your fitness levels. So you look inside the game and looking is it working? Is it what you're doing right? And then obviously, like you just said there, sometimes you have to change to the tactics and what the game's asking you at the time. But the group, whenever we've done that, the group have responded really well. No one's moaned about it. They've come on and they've really attacked the situation, which they did today as well.
You've spoken about how important it is for these attacking players coming back into the side to manage their fitness, to get them back to the levels where they need to be. But there didn't seem to be anything wrong with James Vaughan's fitness today, clearing a header off his own 6-yard box and then running 60 yards up the line to drive down the defender.
That's him. He doesn't know any other way to play. He just doesn't. He's got something from experience, I think, over the years, where he can find something deep when other people may, oh no, I can't do this. He seems to dig deep round himself and goes, well, I'm going for this here. He keeps going, and that just comes from experience and the character that he is as well.
You took Jay Spearing off with about 10 minutes to go. I feel like maybe his form's been a little bit indifferent in the last couple of matches. How is he?
He had a tight hamstring. So no, Jay's fine. He's had to play in midfield with different partnerships as well. So again, it's like strikers and centre backs. It's getting that blend of playing with your midfield play, how they play, and how you click together. What some different Banksy's different to young Jack. So he's getting used to all that as well, but he's fine. We're just worried a little bit about his hamstring. It's starting to tighten up, so with what's happened at the moment, we didn't want to take any chances with him.
What's the situation with Kane Murray today?
Kane, tight thigh, because obviously he's played 90 minutes, but he's just been chucked in really because of what's happened. So he's just give everything, but he's got no baseline fitness from pre-season because he never did a pre-season. So I think he was just gassed as well. He was, and his thigh was really tight. And the type of player he is, we don't want to take any risks with him. He's a speedster. If we go and risk that, then I could lose him, and I don't need that at this moment in time.
Does that rule him out Tuesday?
No, I'm hopeful that this weekend will give it time to rest and just let his body come back a little bit. So hopefully we can get him in contention for Tuesday as well.
Corey Blackett-Taylor on the bench today, obviously not involved, but you mentioned last week obviously about the situation with his heart. Has he still got to wear a monitor? Or?
No, that's fine. He's okay. Corey's just a long way behind in terms of training because he missed that thing with his heart, his hamstring as well. So, and he's missed a hell of a lot of football. So with Corey, it's just a case of now building his fitness up. Because again, the type of player he is, to go and start him in a game at this moment in time would be it wouldn't be right. He's too explosive for that. We've got to make sure we train him right and get him up to those levels, then we can drop him into games as and when.
Do we see a bit more of the old Tranmere confidence returning in the second half of that game after probably what wasn't a great first half hour, but obviously the changes paid off?
Yeah, like I said before, winning games breeds that confidence. Again, I think with the group all coming back together, we had a meeting yesterday. I could have a meeting in the size of that corner there with the amount of players we've had, but yesterday we've got 20 people. Everyone's going, where's all these players come from again? So everyone sees that, and they look round, and as a player you're always looking what your squad is as well, what's behind you, what's pushing you, and I think they've seen that today in the last couple of days, that the group's coming back together, which is great for them, just for a personal thing for the team as well, it pushes competition again for your place, so you stay on it because you've got someone ready to take your place, so that breeds that, and obviously it can kick you on again as well as a player.